I'm joined right now by a good friend, a man back here on the show, and I'm thrilled since he's wearing his Antonio Brown Color Rush Steelers jersey that he comes in on this scheduled visit off of a Steelers win against the New York Giants. Joe Manganiello here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Lucky me. Thanks.
Because I was thinking that. I'm like, okay, here we go. This is a big one. 8-3 versus 6-5. And first quarter was not looking all that great early on, but the Steelers came up with a big win for your team yesterday.
Yeah, I think, anytime you get that defensive score right off the bat, catch a little safety action and then score again off of the drop kick. And it was on. I thought the rookies, the young guys on defense especially, played really, really well.
Yeah, and this a hallmark of a Steelers game, win or loss, a missed 2-point conversion. Are you a fan of all of the two? I mean, seriously, that Todd Haley and your team, it's like an 8-year-old and a bag of Skittles playing a video game. They got to go for 2 every time right here.
I'm all for it.
You are.
Well, last year we were 8 for 11. Which was set the NFL all-time record for 2-point conversions. I mean, they haven't been around that long, but we set the record there. And this year, I think the big knock was the Cowboy game where we missed 4. But I mean, really and truly, I don't think that any one of those 2-point attempts was the wrong choice during that Cowboy game. I think that those were absolutely the right.
You liked all of them.
Yeah, I mean, we should have gone for all of them.
What happened? This is not the Steelers 3 yards in a cloud of dust here, Joe, that you grew up on, that you and your whole family in Western PA grew up and came to know and love here.
Well, yeah, this is a bit of a different team. We're used to, I guess we have a young defense that's gelling, which I think is the difference. Those Super Bowls that we won, a few years ago were won with a patchwork offensive line and a really tough defense. And, this time we've got a really strong offensive line and our defense is coming together. But I think these young guys are playing really well, and, we're coming on at the right time.
Yeah, you are. 7-5 right now, tied with the Ravens, and the Ravens have the Patriots coming up next. Does that make you a Patriot fan? Are you going to be rooting for the Patriots, Joe? Is that possible for you to do such a thing?
The enemy of your enemy, or
is a friend.
Is a friend. Yeah. So I will be rooting for the Patriots. Yeah. How about that?
How will that feel?
Go Pats. Well, my family.
Yeah, Joe, welcome.
Careful
for
now.
this week.
Welcome.
For this week. My family's from Boston. So, my parents were born there. They're both Steeler fans.
Okay. So
they were born there.
I thought your whole family's from Western PA. No?
No, only my brother and I are Western PA guys.
Okay.
My mother, father are from Boston. The whole extended family's from there. But like I said, my mother and my father are both.
Do they sound like Boston? Do they have
big
the
time? One of my first words was "ka." I went "ka," and then I learned no, that's car in Western.
Little baby Joey was saying "ka."
Ka, yeah.
Wow.
Fork. That's what you eat with.
Oh, please. I'm glad that you were able to.
The Boston-Pittsburghese mix could be a dangerous combination.
The Yinzer.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Don Air, Don Tan.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, yeah.
Worse.
Stillers. Yeah, go throw down some irons. Don Air, watch the Stillers.
I see.
They're real good. Yeah.
Now, when you go to Primanti, do you actually eat? Because I know that you're such a fitness nut. Do you actually go and do the Primanti thing?
Oh my! I eat like a horse. Yeah. I mean, I put down.
Let it go?
I think the record was like I ate 3.5 sandwiches once in a sitting, and I think I even had a couple slices of pizza.
Even in your regimen, like the now Joe Manganiello is doing that, or that's the past?
Yeah,
Joe
I work out enough. Sure. Yeah, I hit it hard.
Like fries on top, the whole thing?
Oh, the whole yeah, you can't get it without the fries, I mean, my mom tried to get it without the fries once, and it was like, don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. If you go, you got to go. I brought Sophia there actually a couple years ago for a playoff game, and we went to Primanti's, and I told her, I said Hillary Clinton came here and did the photo op with the sandwich and didn't eat it, and it was like a big scandal. So I said, you cannot pull a Hillary.
That's why she lost
got to eat the
Pennsylvania,
sandwich. And she was apprehensive. I mean, French fries, steak fries, and coleslaw and everything. But she took a bite and then looked at it and took another one. And like within 30 seconds, the whole sandwich was gone.
Well, it is a Primanti Brothers sandwich.
Delicious.
You can't blame it. I'm here with Joe Manganiello here on the Rich Eisen Show. So what is it when you walk around like this, Sophia, your wife, Sophia Vergara, does she look at you and say, who is this man that I married? Or how does she handle your Steeler insanity?
She did
Joe?
in the beginning. She did look at me crazy because I was wearing a Halloween costume every Sunday, and and even on off days, like there wasn't a game. There's no game, and I'm still like I wake up in the morning. I have Steeler slippers. I put on the Steeler shorts. I've got some form of Steeler funny bootleg T-shirt that I'm wearing. But she's into it now. She actually, like, the Steelers started sending her cases of Steeler girl clothes, and she wears them. She has a Steeler bathrobe. So yeah, she's into it now, man. She's a Steeler wife.
Steeler wife.
Yeah.
This is great. Well, the Steelers are a smart organization. They're building it, and you're also fired up about the Penguins. I know that you're part of their documentary about the 50-year history of the Penguins. You narrated it.
Yep.
So how did you get involved with that with the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Well, there was a guy named Leo McCafferty who actually went to my high school, Mount Lebanon, in Pittsburgh, years after I did, and then he went to Penn State with my brother. And wound up finding me through mutual friends and asked me to come to Pittsburgh and narrate this film that he had been working on for years to commemorate the 50th anniversary. And then in the middle of it, they wound up winning the championship, their fourth Stanley Cup. And so flew back with my brother and laid down the narration, and it was just an incredible honor to be a part of it. And the documentary is amazing. Whether you're a hockey fan or a Penguin fan or not, there's something in there for everybody.
Yeah, and it's available online. Has been since the Monday after Thanksgiving. Joe Manganiello, who's here on the Rich Eisen Show. So Mario is in this, the whole thing. I mean, where would you put him on the list of Pittsburgh greats?
Probably
Mario Lemieux.
Honestly, probably number one.
Above a Steeler, above a Pirate, above
the things
anybody?
The things that he battled against, the 2 back surgeries, Hodgkin's disease. I mean, the day of his last cancer treatment, he chartered a jet, flew to Philadelphia, and played that night. Took a nap in the afternoon, and then played that night and scored a goal and an assist. And then when they threatened to move the team, he was owed $30 million by the team because they went bankrupt. He then kind of liquidated that into a deal, found a partner, and bought the team with that $30 million, and in combination with another investor,
Sure,
and kept the team in Pittsburgh. So think about the greatest athlete of your favorite team, Tom Brady, let's say. Well, for you, the Jets, Joe Namath. Joe Namath.
Don't say Ryan Fitzpatrick, Joe. But yeah, I see what you're
Ryan
saying.
Fitzpatrick buys the Jets and keeps them in New York. No,
Right.
I mean, it's kind of unheard of, I mean, I think probably the closest you could ever get to how much he's meant to our city is like, say John Elway coming back and running the Broncos and bringing them
Had
another
he saved
championship.
the Broncos.
Had he saved them from moving. I mean, there was a deal in place. The Penguins were going to move to Kansas City. And Lemieux kept them from going and kept them there, and we've won a couple more championships.
Yeah, you haven't just basically been treading water also since he took over the team too.
No, we've had arguably the best player in hockey for the past 25 years, whether that was Crosby or Malkin or Jagr or Lemieux.
Isn't it amazing that they just had a celebration and Jagr couldn't be there because he was playing?
It's insane.
I can't believe. I mean, when I first got to ESPN in '96, one of the first things I did
Was that the year you won that Emmy?
Yes, the one and only Emmy that's up there. Yes, me and 50 other of my Sports Center colleagues won that one. Yes, smart ass. But I remember going to the Hartford Mall because that's where the Whalers would play their games, in the mall, and that was where the rink was, in the mall. Believe it or not. And I remember seeing the Penguins that night, and it was Lemieux and Jagr, and they both scored twice.
Crazy.
96. And Jagr, it's 2016.
Yeah. I mean, I remember being in high school, and Jagr was like living with a family the next town over, and like dating every single girl in the city. I mean, it was like, I remember he was just on a tear, that guy. But he's like 44 years old. He's still going.
Well, enjoy the documentary. If you haven't seen it, go check out Pittsburgh is Home, the story of the Penguins, online right now. Joe Manganiello, the narrator. What about your projects am I allowed to talk about? Because there was a photograph that got sent out recently about where a particular character from a particular film that Ben Affleck may or may not be directing all by himself.
Aha, yes.
That rumored that you were in it.
No, I'm gonna do that movie. The Batman you're talking about.
That's the one, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So we can talk about
We can
this.
talk about it. I mean, I can't really tell you much of anything. I can speak cryptically about it, but yeah.
What's the plot?
Well, you just about Gotham, and this guy dresses up like a bat,
Cool.
And you're in it.
and I'm in it.
And you're a badass in it.
I play a one-eyed, like the world's deadliest assassin, who also has one eye. And
this baby's in the can, right? We're done. We're done.
no, we will start at some point this year. It looks like.
Okay. What else can I talk about with you that I'm allowed to talk about? Your projects, because you got so much going on.
I'm gonna be a Smurf.
Now, come on now.
I'm Hefty Smurf in the new Smurfs movie that comes out April 7th.
Hefty Smurf?
I'm Hefty Smurf, yeah. I'm the only Smurf with a tattoo, which I guess there's a
Okay.
a Smurf tattoo artist who's
Is
only
it-
had one customer.
And it looks a lot like Antonio Brown. It's just strangely enough, the tattoo on Hefty Smurf.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he twerks.
Because you put that you put that in your contract. It's got to look like Antonio Brown.
Like AB, yeah, he's gonna dance like AB.
Yeah. So how far, in all honesty, do you think your Steelers can go here? How far?
You know, we'll look at last year, for example. Last year we were playing without AB, without Le'Veon, and you know, barring a fourth quarter fumble,
Fitz
we beat
Toussaint.
we beat the Broncos,
Right.
And we go to Foxborough. So, you know, I mean, the Patriots are tough this year. The Raiders are interesting. I mean,
They're more than interesting. They're dangerous and young and hungry and nasty.
yeah. So, you know, I think that those two teams, other than them, you know, I think, you know, everybody says the Chiefs are the most complete team, and we destroyed them. You were over at my house watching that game,
Yes, sir.
actually, 'cause we're neighbors. You live up the road.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think, you know, if we can get into the dance, we have the kind of offense that could do some damage, and you know, we'll see if how much the defense can gel up, but and continue to gel. But I think we could do something.
How incredible would it be if the Raiders and the Steelers play a playoff game? I mean, all of us in the media would go crazy. The Immaculate Reception would go on television sets everywhere.
It'd be great for the
Old
league.
school.
And then you also set up a potential Cowboys-Steelers Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh! Wow. I don't know. You there's still miles to go. I just think there's something just a little missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
but Ladarius
something
Green,
missing.
he
did
could
have-
be it, right?
He's playing great. Yeah, he's
He
a
could be.
he's great. Well, we're playing without our second and third string wide receivers also. Martavis Bryant, Marcus Wheaton. So we're playing 4, 5, 6. So you put Ladarius in. I mean, yeah, he's been a great addition. But yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Any given Sunday.
Okay. Was that your way of inviting me over for another game?
Let's do it. Yeah, you want to? You coming over?
Did you tell me?
All right, let's do it. Yeah.
Susan will bring the desserts. It'll be great.
Susie
did the
brought
command
this
center bring?
amazing Game of Thrones All Men Must Die cake to our house for the
Yes, for the Game of Thrones
for the
finale.
Game of Thrones finale, man. It was
Which
amazing.
is, yeah, did you hear Conor McGregor's going to appear on Game of Thrones?
Is he?
Yeah.
Because he was like, I saw some training montage of him and Halfthor.
Yeah, him in the mountain.
Are you gonna have Halfthor on?
We tried when Iceland started crushing it in the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
And he lives in ice. We checked it out. He lives in Iceland, and his agent asked to see if we would be able to fly him out, and that was kind of the end of the discussion.
That was
Because the mountain apparently only flies first class.
I mean, how many seats do you need to buy for that guy? I was in an elevator with him once, and I'm usually the biggest guy in an elevator.
Yeah.
And I'm 6'5", 230, 6'9", 420. I mean, I felt like a child in this elevator. And I mean, he took up an entire wall of the elevator, and he's probably, back to front like that. I mean, it's insane.
Did you press the floor for him?
Yeah, I got in after him.
Oh, you
yeah,
did?
if I was like a little kid.
Joe Manganiello, again, check out Pittsburgh is Home, the story of the Penguins online at any moment in time because it's out there for you. Always great to see you, sir.
Great seeing you, Rich.
Great to have you here.
Yeah.
Great to hear you. Great to have you here. That's Joe Manganiello here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.